Hey everyone, this is Ben Stelter from Sedulo Media once again with Ronald, Coach Ronald today of GK Academy here in Florida. And I wanted to give him the floor, let him introduce himself, and let him talk about why he was interested in working with us.
Hi Ben, hi everyone. I'm Ronald, Coach Ron. Um, I'm a professional goalkeeper coach. I actually own the Pro GK Academy, which is one of the biggest goalkeeping networks and training centers for high performance goalkeepers. We work with over 100 goalkeepers in the area and from out of state and even internationally. Um, I think one of the biggest uh, interest and just focus with Ben was like his level of professionalism with things. I'm personally a guy that loves the little details. I think I'm all about that. I'm all about that in my life and the way I work and the way I try to transmit what I do with my athletes. And I think that was like the biggest stake. I think he took the video as something extremely personal, including every single detail, every single word, every single, pick, and everything around it was so full of little detail that actually let us explain and actually just expand the message that we do inside of our training center. So um, thumbs up for that because it was really really satisfying. So
Absolutely.
100% recommend.
And for those of you who don't know, the video that we mainly made was a brand video where I showed up and I interviewed his guys, I interviewed him, I mic'd him up for one of his training sessions, and we made a video that showcases his expertise, the culture of his program, the interactions with him and the athletes that are in his program, and all of that stuff together. So pitching you the idea, running you through the questions that we're going to ask you on the shoot day, all the way from the progress of planning it, all the way to the finished product. Um, what were your favorite parts about what you ended up seeing? And then kind of talk about what your expectations were versus what you actually saw.
Yeah, I think we're just like running through the process and running on how planned it was. You could have noticed that there were a lot of details involved, once again for me that actually elevated my expectations because, like I said, Ben, you were taking it like it was your brand, and I think that's the biggest thing over here. It is really hard to, as a business owner or as a coach or whatever, it is really hard to transmit an idea through a video, through a screen, because it's your idea, right? So it's really hard to get all the little details and all the pieces together so it can actually make an impact. And that was my biggest challenge. It was like, well, okay, this is I know I'm very, very picky with the way I do things, with the intensity and the passion I do things. So expectations, of course, were super high, but I also felt very, very comfortable and very, very secure in the way you manage the process, from the script, from the questions, from the little details inside and out. And I would say just for caring so much about those things. And I think that's big time because that what secures success over here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. And then last question for you is if someone is on the fence about even just booking a call and seeing if me and them would be a fit to work together for their business, what advice would you give them?
Now go for it. Go for it. 100%. I think, like I mentioned before, I think when, people that are entrepreneurs, people that are building a business or building a brand, these are very, very important to us. They're literally our life. So, we spend so many times, so many hours, finding the way, try to transmit the idea, trying to just make things fit, right? And when it comes to, so marketing ideas, expanding videos, all this kind of stuff. We have very high expectations in terms of how how can we transmit all those things that are behind the scene, right? And I don't think there's another way of doing it by you're from your side by caring extra. And I think when you care extra, well, you kind of like understand the other side of the card, and then you say, well, details matter. We gotta go through there. We gotta repeat the video. We'll do it 3 times. You gotta repeat a word. We'll edit. So I think it's all about the little details and caring about what we're trying to transmit from this side. So from my side, it was a real pleasure. I was very, very happy with everything that I saw, and especially the level of engagement that it brought. I think the power of the video, of the word, of the of just the clips around it. I think it just transmitted 100% the culture that I want to expand inside of my training center.
Absolutely. Well, Ron, I appreciate your time. It was a pleasure to be there for me as well. Your guys were very kind, and it's been cool to see their success in just the short time that we've been working together. So yeah, I appreciate your time, and you have a good rest of your day.
Absolutely, hit him up anytime.